How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Clayton Showalter's YouTube channel here. And we're back on this Homelite XL 123 chainsaw here. We did a pressure vacuum test on it there. Those of you out there know how to do a pressure vacuum test. You can follow me along on my channel and you'll see how to do a pressure vacuum test. Just got to block off your intake, your carburetor, and you can just use your carburetor as a block off. Same as exhaust, you got to block those off. So I don't have any crankshaft seals leaking on this thing here, which is good. They may end up start leaking. I'm not sure the age of this saw. It's probably late 80s in there. Maybe mid to late 80s. I'm not quite sure. I'm not on that there. But we're putting it back together. The one thing we do have is the decomp valve is leaking, and a lot of decomp valves do leak a little bit, but I think this one's leaking a little more than it should. So we might have to find us another decomp valve, or just go ahead and do away with this deal here to lock your decomp valve. What we might do is take the decomp valve out, clean down inside that port there, and put some JB weld in it, stick it in there, and set it in place of that spring and leave it. You know, that'll seal that leak. That's another possibility, because I mean it's got some compression. But what I want to show you is on this oil pump here. Now let's see if I can hold all these parts here, or well, let's just bring it to the bench. I'm not going to be able to hold everything and show you what's going on here, because I want you guys to see this, because you may have an issue like this sometime. So here's our oil pump, and we'll zoom you guys in here, and let's get a little light on here. Y'all bear with me. Alright, so here's your oil pump from this XL 123. So here's the pump part. Goes in here just like this, and you got to have that gear centered in there, and then you can take, well, hopefully you guys can see this good, take this and thread it in there. And I'm going to show you what's going on here. See, now I'm trying to rotate that. See, I can rotate that. But the farther I turn this screw in, it's going to get tight. So it's already tight there, and there's quite a bit of gap. That screw is not seated, and now I can't turn that gear. So what's going on is, if you don't got it, if you don't got that gear, the pump part in there right, it's not gonna align in there properly. And we'll try this again. It might go a little farther in there, a little better. Okay, see? See that screw set in there now? And I can move the pump, but it gets to a spot and it stops. And then if I take this and I tighten this screw in there more, it don't want to move. So let me show you what's going on. There's a couple options how to fix this here. So we'll go ahead and remove this. And I'll show you. See between this side and this side here, it's cut, you know, crooked. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it operates. That's how it pumps your oil. Now this piece goes in here. And what I think is happening, it's too long, and when you tighten it down, it rubs on this part here. So this goes down and gets tightened in there, and it just, you tighten it up and it's rubbing too hard. But what I've noticed, if you look at this spot here, there's a rub mark. And I think that shaft is cut defective. So I think I either need to take right here, you see that shiny mark on that? I think I need to take a file and file that as smooth as I can get it. Or I can take this piece here and file the bottom of this. Or the way this threads in here, put a thicker gasket or a washer to space it out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Is we'll go with that. We'll try a little washer and see if it rotates smoothly before I go trying to file that, or before I go to try to file this in here, because I think that looks goofy in there. It just seems like it's not like it should be. So I just wanted to share that with you in case you ever run across that problem there. So we'll bring you back. Alright, we're back here on this oil pump for this XL 123 chainsaw here. And that gear moves freely now. There's no stuck spot. So what it was this screw here that basically holds this gear, this pump gear in there, was just going down in there too deep. So what I did was come on, focus. I put the gasket on the bottom and this washer on the top. This washer's not supposed to be on there, but before I couldn't move this pump gear freely. It would move back and forth and get stuck. Well, it should move all the time and move freely. So we're gonna go ahead and put this little piece on there and just take some oil in a can and just squirt down in the pump gear there. And these are just some little flat blade screw heads here, little screws. You don't need to tighten those crazy. So the oil pump was working on this saw, so the saw had enough torque to turn it. But I couldn't turn it with my finger. It would get real stuck. Sometimes it would pass that hard spot, but you had to force on it, and I didn't like that. So this saw might oil really well now, or more than it was. And it was oiling really good before. So I'm gonna angle you to the saw there, and we'll zoom you out a little bit. And we'll go ahead and put this pump back on here. And this pump's gonna go on just like this here. Get that oil line fitting where you want it. And I don't think that screw is gonna get affected by or that washer, I mean, is gonna get affected by anything. We'll see when we put the clutch drum on here. We're just gonna go ahead and run one of these screws in here. And don't go tighten them all the way, just to leave them loose. And what's going on with that one there? Something's... Oh, I think me putting that washer has spaced that up. The pump turns freely now, but the screw don't want to quite go in there. Let's put this one in. So then I may have to eliminate that washer and take this screw out here and grind the end of it. Unless I get this to start in there. It might. Let's see what... Well, it feels like it's going without too much force. A little snug, but... Well, I hope you're all doing good out there. Well, that's tightened up there. So, well, I don't want to make this video too long here. So, we'll come back when we got it running there. So, y'all, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all stopping in and hanging out with me here. And remember, give her a thumbs up and a like, all that good stuff there. So I think that's about it. Remember, let's all be kind to one another out there, and help each other and love each other out there. And let's uplift a bunch of people. Let's help people out, and positive and all that good stuff. And like Buck and Billy Ray says, love wins. So, y'all, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.